can't avoid the fact that like there's a little bit of darkness inside of me.
Shawn Mendes is opening up about a heated fight he had with girlfriend Camila Cabello that left him terrified of being evil, and how being with her has helped him become a better version of himself. Let's get into it. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello often find themselves hashtagged as couple goals, but just like any other couple, their relationship has its highs and lows. Recently, Shawn dropped by the Man Enough podcast where he shared some very intimate details about problems he's faced in his relationship with Camila. When asked about what he's most afraid of, Shawn took it upon himself to actually bring up a fight he had with Camila, calling himself out for the way he handled the situation. He recalled, "I raised my voice at her and she was like, 'I don't like it when you raise your voice. Why did you raise your voice?' And I got so defensive." Shawn admitted to denying he had raised his voice at first, but he was met with instant regret.
Felt her shrink and I felt me grow, and I was like, oh, this is like the worst. This is like, I'm so terrified of being evil. I'm so scared to be bad.
The couple ended up getting into a quote, massive conversation where they explored why Shawn gets so easily triggered when he's called evil or bad. Shawn explained that quote, "I can't avoid the fact that there's a little bit of darkness inside of me, and letting that darkness kind of be present is a horrible feeling." He further noted that his self-awareness has led him to believe that he needs to be comfortable with that darkness inside of him, in the hopes of eventually being able to work it out along with his traumas. However, rather than apologizing to Camila right after their argument, Shawn confessed he ended up making the situation about himself.
I made it about my evil and my fear. And she comforted me. And then it took me like 20 minutes of us separately reading our books to be able to come back to her, to be like, God, that was a whole thing, and I'm really sorry.
Shawn went on to explain that he's currently working on shortening the gap it takes him to own up to his mistakes and make amends accordingly. He also reflected on his experiences and discovered that even when you believe you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable after a disagreement, you are at times, quote, just defending yourself even better. Elsewhere in the conversation, when asked what Camila would say is his biggest strength and weakness, Shawn answered, "My greatest strength, I think she would say, is my truth, my ability to be honest, tell the truth. I think she would say my weakness is my commitment to being a good guy." It's very inspiring to see Shawn being so committed to working on himself and to not be afraid of sharing his personal struggles with his fans. I know I love hearing stories like this because it reminds us we're all just human and doing our best to navigate life, celebrity or not. And we're happy to hear that Camila is being very supportive of all of his efforts. Keep up the good work, Shawn. And for more news updates, click right over here for another clever video. Then be sure to let me know your thoughts on Shawn sharing his journey of self-growth in the comments section below. I'm your host, Susan Morad. You can find me on socials at Susan_Morad. I'll catch you later. Bye guys.